This group of lions are sleeping. The man goes up bravely. A lion sees the man and jumps down the rock. The man doesn't back off, but opens his hands and hugs the lion. "Hey, I told you to jump. Easy, go back up." The man's name is Martin. These two beasts were raised by him since he was a child. Now that he's an adult, he puts them back in nature. He visits every 3 or 5 days. But this time, Martin found something wrong. A lioness is lying on the rock in terrible pain. If you look closely, it seems that the leg is seriously injured. Martin wants to go up and see what's going on, but even the bear division made a loud noise, warning Martin not to get any closer. Martin had no choice but to leave in a hurry. He guessed that it might be the hunters nearby who had injured the female lion, so he made the lion group become alert and didn't let Martin get close easily. So he asked his assistant to find a vet to take a look, and he took his brother and his family to the nearby village to find out the details. Who knew that he was shocked when he just arrived at a farmer's house? He only saw the bodies of the villagers lying inside. There were flies everywhere. Judging from the wound, it was caused by a wild lion attack. Realizing the danger, they drove back immediately. Martin took out the phone in the car and was about to call for help. Who knew that the mountain blocked the signal? They had no choice but to drive on. At this moment, a villager suddenly rushed out along the road. He was lucky to survive in the lion's mouth. He could only see the villager's fear. The lion was nearby at that moment. As soon as the sound of the call was heard, Martin heard a low roar in the bushes. He hurriedly took a spear and spear gun to check. Following the sound all the way to the edge of the water, he found the footprints left by the lion here. At this moment, the low roar came from the water again. Could the lion be hiding in the water? Martin was about to go to the river to find out, but he didn't know that he had fallen into the lion's trap and left the mountain. When he heard the gunshot here, he sensed that Martin might shoot. He wanted to run to the other side of the river. Who knew that there would be a big change in the next second? It turned out that the angry lion was behind him. He quickly ran back to the car. The lion, who was panicking, hit him directly. Then he jumped on the engine cover immediately. Then he climbed onto the top of the car to find the entrance. Just when he thought the lion had gone far away, a lion suddenly came out of the window. He stretched out his feet to resist, but he was caught by the lion. Fortunately, his sister started the car in time. Rain kicked the lion away with one foot, but the car lost control because of this. After a short distance, Martin hit a big tree. That's why he didn't rush into the cliff in front. Rain checked the two sisters' bodies as soon as possible. Seeing that they were not injured, she finally let go of her breath. Then she used the intercom to contact Martin. Fortunately, Martin is still alive at this moment. In order to avoid the lion hiding under a tree in the water, it's just that his legs were scratched by the lion. Even the bones are clearly visible. If he doesn't stop bleeding, he'll pass out. As a professional doctor, Rain guided Martin in the intercom. He used a lighter to burn the hole in the dagger. Then he forced the blood on the wound. Although Martin screamed in pain, he finally stopped the blood. Rain judged from the sound that Martin was near him. He was going to bring the medicine box to the rescue, but Martin stopped him as soon as he heard it, because the lion was right next to him. A few seconds later, he went in the other direction. Martin quickly notified Rain that the lion might be coming towards them. Rain didn't plan to sit and wait. Rain found the bottom of the car. She grabbed the chance to reach for the sniper gun. But in the next second, fortunately, Rain got the pistol and shot the lion. And at that moment, the brave sister shook the window and inserted a bullet into the lion's ass. The lion lost his temper immediately and left them in a hurry, and the sister didn't disappoint. She successfully rescued the injured Uncle Martin. After returning to the car, Rain made a simple bandage for him. He was temporarily out of danger, but soon after, the anesthesia failed. The ferocious lion climbed up the hill again and stared at the prey of this car. Once they left the car, the lion would tear them to pieces. During this time, Rain and the others have been trying to save them. Unfortunately, there was no signal at all in the desert here. They had no choice but to wait in place. At midnight, a flash of light suddenly came. There were several cars behind them. Rain thought it was to stop them, so he got out of the car to help. As a result, he found that these people were local illegal hunters. Seeing that the other party had no concern for them, Rain proposed to take them away safely. He was willing to pay $5,000. For the sake of money, the other party reluctantly agreed. But when the leader opened the car door and saw Martin, he turned his face and didn't recognize Rain. It turned out that Martin was a famous animal protector. 3 of his companions had died in his hands. In retaliation, the leader took Rain's little daughter away, no matter how Rain stopped him. Fortunately, the lion suddenly rushed out of the car. The hunter panicked and ran away. He must have been angry with the jungle. As the lion opened the door, Rain was about to drive away the hunter's car. As a result, he found that the key had been taken away. He comforted the injured Martin and his daughter. He followed the trace to a dark place and found a seriously injured hunter lying in front of him. He was looking for the key. He didn't think the lion was in the river not far away. He could only come to the tree and hide for the time being. Who knows? His daughter suddenly called her father in the walkie-talkie. She was scared, so she hurriedly threw the walkie-talkie on the ground and stepped on it. But the voice still attracted the lion. The daughter heard the lion's panting. She thought her father was dead. Fortunately, smart Rain hid in the tree and was not found by the lion. At that moment, a poisonous snake appeared. Rain grabbed it with her eyes and hands and threw it at the lion. The lion was scared and ran away. When Rain was about to run away from the river, the lion suddenly appeared on the bank. Rain was carefully hiding under the tree. The next second, the lion jumped over and stood on his head and turned around. He was about to be found. Rain was ready to die. Fortunately, his daughter called her father in the walkie-talkie. This attracted the lion away. After that, Rain found the car key from the hunter and took away a long gun. Not long after, Rain ran to the cliff. He saw that Martin was buried alive. He could only sigh. Then, he drove his car to find help. His daughter was seriously injured and had to find medical treatment as soon as possible. Finally, they saw a house on the side of the road. But when they went in, they found that there was no one here. After bandaging his daughter's wound, Rain began to look for medicine everywhere. Who would have thought that the lion was not killed, but followed them to the door? This scared the 2 sisters. They hurriedly hid behind the shelf. After the lion left, they moved to the table again. The result was still found. Hearing the call of his daughter, Rain immediately turned around. At the critical moment, she picked up a gun and fired a shot. Finally, the lion ran away. After that, he settled his daughter in a classroom. Rain realized that this was not the way to go. It seemed that the lion would not let him go easily. In addition, his eldest daughter was seriously injured. Rain had to find a way to fight back. He began to provoke the lion. After being enraged, he immediately chased after him. He deliberately lured the lion into the forest and ran all the way to a narrow canyon. But he ran and suddenly stopped because he saw 2 lions in front of him. Run! This beast was crazy about Rain. Rain grabbed a piece of wood and attacked. Who knew that this would make the lion more angry? He thought about his victory and ran away. The lion cried again. He swore to tear Rain into pieces. At the critical moment, the lion rushed out to protect Rain. Then the other lion immediately stood up. The 2 lions rode on the battlefield. Finally, the beast kicked the lion's leg. Rain was saved. After that, he was sent to the hospital. Fortunately, he was rescued. He and his eldest daughter are both safe. And then he found out the reason why the lion attacked people. It's because the hunter was crazy about money. He killed all his companions. He has a grudge against humans. That's why he took revenge. And the 2 lions stood up to protect Rain. Maybe it's because they were raised by Martin, and Rain is Martin's younger brother. So in order to protect him, the 2 lions stood up. In the end, the real culprit is the hunter. If you like our explanation, please like and subscribe our channel. It keeps us motivated.